You click it?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Hello.
You don't know what it says. Refresh it. Ah, it's okay. That was the total confusing. I didn't know whether it was going live or not going live. But anyway, competition. Can you turn that down, please? Because I can hear myself 10 minutes after. Yeah, competition, which is basically, as I said in the last video, was these guys. I hope you can see those. But they've hatched in the middle of the night, and they still, the odd one trickling out. So what I'm going to do is pop these guys up, and we're going to count them. And whoever's closest in the comments on the last video, not this video, the last video, we'll win a couple of these guys. And it need be some kind of pot and maybe a bit of life moss or whatever, that sort of thing. And can the camera lady come over here and tilt the camera? So without further ado, better get started. So the first thing I am going to do is put my glasses on, otherwise I can't see them. And I'm going to whip this lid, and I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to start potting up. And there is so many baby mantis in here, you would never believe it. Let's see if we can get this on the lid. Hopefully, there, I got two on me already. And this is basically how we start. This is going to take some time, I think. Oops, that's not a good start, is it? You're not nervous at all. At all. Get in there, you. And we're going to be potting a bloody lot up. But that is number one. Now I'm going to stand up for this because this is no good whatsoever. So, spray, brush. And then we brush one in. Hopefully, get in. There he is. Bit of mesh. I should have thought about this better. When mantis come out of the youth, they are absolutely gagging. They really, 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 really want to drink. So, always a good idea to give them a bit of water. I'll get used to this in a minute. I'm not quite used to where my pots are and everything else because this isn't my normal. Can you actually see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Good. Because I can't see. I have no screen in front of me. So I'm doing this completely blind. This is going to take some time. Don't worry, not too long. And this is why we have the extra box, because these guys are quick. And if they all start running in opposite directions and you haven't got them in a box like this, you could end up with them absolutely everywhere. Get in here, pal. Oh, there you go, in there. They'll run round in here until they find the water. And then they immediately stop for a drink, which is pretty handy, to be honest with you. And I can't believe I've got to carry on talking for as long as this takes, which is a pretty difficult thing to do. If you've got any questions, you can ask them, because I have my lovely assistant at the computer paying attention, whereas I can't. So feel free, because she's not telling me anything, you know. I can hear her typing, so she's answering somebody, but she's not actually talking to me. That's the first 10 done. So if you get to 10, yeah, look, because there's definitely more than 10 in here.
I'm just saying, how much are you going to pay for your lovely assistant?
How much are you going to pay my lovely assistant? Well, that's between me and my lovely assistant later on, if she's lucky. . 'Cause Mm. She's really excited about that. The prospect. But this, if this is successful and this is something people want, I may do this for most oofs that I have. So I've lost the plot now. Get some more lids over here. And I think the next ones to hatch are going to be Crania paradoxa, which is the ghost mantis. These, of course, are Mantis lineola, which is the African lined mantis. I did do a quick video on them, on the care, or sort of care.
Apparently, Sharon is coming to collect some money tomorrow, some cash tomorrow.
Some cash.
Yeah,
Not
not sure what it is because I don't know.
I don't know what she's talking about.
You can hear you.
Okay, yes, you can hear me. I keep forgetting I'm actually on the camera. But yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Sharon. How the hell did you get all the way over there? See what I'm saying? You've got to be seriously awake when you're doing this. Because these guys, believe it or not, I have one on the back of my hand and I didn't know. We can guarantee that whatever number I come to here, we can add some that will be on the ceiling tomorrow morning. There's always some on the ceiling. And I have no idea how, and I don't know where they come from. But there are always some extras on the ceiling. And climbing up the walls, and you find them for days and days after. We actually have some in that live in the window on the plants because they was escapees during potting up. And I never bothered potting them up. I just left them. So there's always a few mantis knocking around in these rooms, some nymphs, the tiny ones, the babies.
Blue Star, I hope I'm saying the name right, says, "Oh geez, and I thought potting up isopods was to do."
Oh, isopods is really easy, Blue Star. This is a whole different thing. And please bear in mind, not only am I just potting these up, I'm not actually feeding them at this point. If I fed them, this would take a hell of a lot longer. So all I'm doing is getting these guys into the pots. And I will do that on camera. Otherwise, this would be the longest stream in the universe. That is 21 mantis so far. And there is a seriously large amount in here still to go. There we go, 22. Oh, I'll tell you what, I wish I was potting up isopods right now, because that would be, I'd have done already. Even if it had been 100 orders, I'd still be done already. Get in there, mate. But these, I don't know if you can appreciate how small these actually are. And some mantis are even smaller than this, but luckily, that's the likes of cryptic mantis and neomantis. They're really tiny, but luckily they don't have as many nymphs come out in one go, so it isn't quite as bad. You can do that in half an hour. That's 25. So if you guessed 25, I owe you a couple of mantis. I don't think anybody did get 25 though, by the way. In fact, I'm pretty damn sure they didn't. Oh, camera lady's moving me. I don't know what she's doing.
Showing them.
You're making me nervous, woman. 27. This could take some time if there's hundreds in here. Oh, God, some of these are so fast. All right. Some are really dopey and slow, and some are really, really quick. I hope the volume's okay. I don't know. Come on. What I'll be doing with these, I'm going to be, don't worry, you're not going to get them at this size. If you win, I'm going to grow them a little on, which won't take that long. A few weeks maybe, get them up to 3rd instar. Because I'm afraid when animals have this many babies, it basically means that, or it usually means that a lot of them are never going to make it. But obviously, in sterile conditions like this, where they're getting regular food, a lot more of them make it than would be normal in the wild.
I think you already let one escape.
I think
If there's none there, because
they're probably covered in them. Don't worry about it.
because I can see on the video.
Don't worry about it. I'll find it. It'll crawl up me somehow, as always. She keeps jumping in, shouldn't she? I should have said go and put an evening dress on and just keep walking past behind me because.
How many do we get if we win? Ask the Mantis kid.
I'll do you a couple. And it's probably almost impossible for me to tell because my eyes are bobbins, but I will try my best to pick out a male and female. So that'd be my best effort. But I'm sure we could arrange something if it wasn't. That wouldn't be a problem. This is not something I'm going to run out of in the next 5 minutes. So, come on, Pop, get in there. That's it. It's a hell of a lot in the stick. So many. And I've got my lids stuck together here. I mean, I did play with the idea of showing you how to cut the lids and how I do all that sort of thing to prep it, but that would just make things right. I've got 800 Mantis on that. I only dropped it for a second, right? So, and there's one. Oh my god! Oh, one climbing up my hand, trying not to squish him, which is making me drop the mesh. It's quite fiddly, as I'm sure you can imagine. Forgot to spray him, didn't I?
How many do you have already?
Don't know. I have a lot. A lot. I don't think you can count them up for me in a minute and give me some space. And but there's fair few in threes, so
32.
32. That's not bad. Not bad. Not bad. The only trouble is organza mesh. It's the static on it makes it stick together when you've got it all cut, which really, really complicates the issue. Anybody else running away? Just you. Right, come here, you. Get in there. I also find these a little more delicate, believe it or not, than, let's say, the cryptic mantis, which are made of steel. And you can actually flick them from the edge because they're hard as nails. Whereas these feel a little less tough. Right? If you think this looks a bit fiddly, just imagine I have to feed these every day, which means
Supreme Gecko, Aim your garden.
Hi, Wally. All right, mate. I wanted to speak to you about something, and I've forgotten what it was. Because this is what happens when you get to our age, mate. And and now I've forgotten what I was going to say as well as that. I had something planned in my head then, and I've forgotten what it was. Blame Wally. Hashtag blame Wally. That's what I reckon. That's what we have to do around these parts. Just blame other people when you're going nuts. Now what we've got here now, I think you said 32, didn't you? There's about coming up to 40 now. We're going to say there's another a lot. I'm not even going to give it a guess myself. Not even remotely. No, no chance. There are so many of them in here. Now, spoke Mantis. I've seen another video on YouTube with a guy who got 450 out of this. So there's always that possibility. There's a lot more than you think.
Wally says it's okay if you blame him. I have broad shoulders, he said.
And so it's a good job of blaming for other things as well. Then, oh, I don't have to do that. I keep forgetting that I'm actually, they can hear me. I much prefer your streams, Wally. They're much easier, mate, where you just get to eat your lunch on the camera. Because it's very difficult trying to concentrate on potting these up and not harming them and talk randomly at the same time about anything really that pops into my head. I'm trying to think of useful things regarding the Mantis, but what? Oh, you're counting. She's counting. She's counting up. No, it must be 13 there now.
14 per 3 is.
Should I have done them in twos for you? Oh, fives. Yeah. Go on, how many? I just put another one down now.
42.
42. Is that 43 that I just put down? 43. Well, there's a couple of people who actually put really, really low numbers. And I did tell them to go a bit higher because I wasn't expecting a low figure for these guys because these guys are quite prolific. So it was a major mistake to pick something like 50. Yeah, I'm going to put them in fours for you now so it's easier for you to count. I don't know what it is about odd numbers, but when you've got an odd number, is anybody around right now? Nope, you all stayed on the pot. Go on, get in there. Get in there. Go.
Wally says, for my lunch sessions, are you amazed that I can think, talk, and eat a sandwich at the same time?
Yes, indeed, mate. Yes, indeed. Oh, and if anyone does keep isopods and you are in America, which I doubt during this stream, Wally does isopod chow.
Leah is here. So.
Sorry?
Leah is here.
Hello, Leah. I'm expecting to be able to hear you now because of the streams. But this is one of the fun parts of breeding Mantis. Is this wonderful, wonderful time you get at the start where you've got a big pot, absolutely jam-packed full of the little swiggers, and you've got to separate them all. Because if you don't, they start having lunch on each other, which is not always the best thing to happen. Not for your bank balance, anyway. Not if you. Oh my God, there's so many down here. Right, there's about another 30 or 40 there, just on the side of the pot. Can't get that guy. He keeps running away from me. I'll have to wait. Right.
We said, "Hi Simon, yes, I'll be joining the streams. I just did this with a bunch of jumping spiders."
Jumping spiders are so easy. I've got a lot of jumping spiders over there. It's yeah, they're really, really easy to do.
Yes, but we did it.
So easy. I think spiders, even the like tarantulas and whatnot, they're really easy towards Mantis when it comes to potting up, feeding, and just general care, actually, and even breeding. Oops. It all looks terribly, terribly easy in comparison. And there's another one. I don't know how he got there, but there's another one on the back of my hand. It's just like I said, it's going to end up with Mantis absolutely everywhere, and all my lids are over here instead of on my right. And yes, I've spotted Jim. There's another guy here trying to escape right now. These pots are a nuisance. But I think we've got any more on me? No. Come, get in there, get in there, get in there, pal. Come. So as soon as you get down to the water, well, it's not water, but you know what I mean, the spray, they start having a little drink and stop running around like lunatics, which isn't so bad. And once you get in there we go. He's quite happy. There is a lot of Mantis still left here to pot up. 3 more, and then you can count. There'll be a nice little rows of 4 for you, piles of 4. The static on this stuff is ridiculous. I'm going to start wearing one of them bracelets. It's on my finger. I didn't even know over there. I just felt him then. I don't know how you got there.
Oh, be careful. This one.
Yeah, it's okay. He's the one who was supposed to be next. And then I spotted the one on the back of my finger. There's another one crawling up the front there. And there's one just legged it. Right. Go on, you can count them now. Go on, tell us how many's in there now. Whoa, where you going, pal? Go. No. Up here. And there's one there as well. I think this is, I've had to come up with a better way of doing this because this is really difficult on screen. Because
56.
How many?
56.
56 so far. There's much more than double that, I think, in here.
Sharon says, "Hurry up, we haven't got all night."
Well, she should have come round and helped me then, shouldn't she? That would have been fine, Sharon. You could have helped me.
Connor says, "Did you forget to turn the lights on, Simon?"
I'm not in charge of the lights, mate. I'm nowhere near them because I'm putting Mantis up. So, is that better? Can't get the staff, you see, Jason. Can't get the staff, mate. You marry them and then they don't think they have to do anything else. You're not in trouble for that, right?
He says, "Yeah." I'm laughing, but it is. Don't know what is he laughing about. If the part of the Mary or the wife.
Probably a bit of both.
Much better, is that?
This is one where we could. It's a shame when you're live you can't put some music on and then speed it up. Oh, come on, get in there. But I will. These will be on
Sharon
our.
said she didn't come today because it's a bank holiday and she was trying to give us some peace.
Peace. What's that showing? What does peace mean? You know, I live with somebody who's like Portuguese. We don't do peace in this house. So I think we've got about 60 here so far, but there's a hell of a lot more in here to go. I think. Is that my
Peace from me, said Sharon.
Oh yeah, peace from you has been wonderful. Yeah. Yeah. It's just that we're missing fronds, that's the only problem. But you know, go on, mate. They're everywhere, these guys. Some of these meshes are a bit bigger than they should be. I'll have to give them a trim. But I think the hardest part of putting up, to be honest with you, is the actual mesh. That was handy. That guy was actually on it. Because cutting organza mesh is a nightmare to behold. Absolute bloody nightmare. Can't stand it. Takes forever. I think this is the last one that's out of the pot now, which would be nice because it's very, very disturbing. Now I don't know where the rest of my cut lids are because he's a lot more than I thought he was. So I'm just using whatever lids we have available. Come on, dude. Could you, my dearest, see if I've got any more cut lids hanging around? There should be somewhere. But as you tidied up, I don't know where they are. What are we doing here? Yep, still a good few more. What are you doing? Tell you what, you look unsuspecting. We was prepped for this, but unfortunately, they take up so much room and to keep things in camera view, it's very difficult to have it prepped that well. I didn't cut these red ones, so I'm going to blame Michael at Mantis and I for these red mesh because I think it's his mesh.
Good. I said it was me who cut the mesh.
No, it wasn't me. No.
Yeah.
No. I've only cut the white ones. The red ones, and the other colours, no idea where they're from. It's probably when I bought Mantis and they'd come, and I just took the mesh off and chucked it to one side, basically, in my little mesh pot. Now I've got more there. I think that's it. Yeah, it's finished. I wasn't sure whether it was finished before, but it's definitely finished. Yep, it's definitely finished opening out.
You still have loads there?
No, I mean it's finished packing. I didn't mean finished. I finished potting them up, unfortunately. We pop that over there. There's at least another 10 on the lid there. Go on there. Get on there. Do these lids. Yeah, some of these lids are terrible. Some of this mesh is only just big enough. How many was that?
After you fill this row, 72.
72. So that's so far. And now I'm going to have a quick look. Yeah. I've got an idea of how many there are. But I'm not going to tell you. I think I'm going to need to cut more lids. You just want to check that there's 72 there. And also check my lid putting on, because my lid putting on isn't that brilliant.
Yeah.
Definitely 72, yeah.
Yeah. All days when we are out.
Yeah, I know. I spotted him earlier. I just left him there because he was staying still. So, yeah. Go on, mate. Get in the flask. Come. Come. Get in there. All right. I don't like this. You put these on this side. It's too heavy.
I don't even know where you want them.
Yeah, here. Big pile of lids there. That's basically how I need it. I think I've got enough pots ready. It was just lids for some reason. Don't know how. I've not got enough lids. But I've definitely got enough pots, I think. Unless there's a lot more in there than I think, which wouldn't be at first. This is, I think next time, if I do this again, I think I'm going to video this so I can speed it up. But then would people believe me? Like I've got something to gain from telling a fib. Go in there. That's the last thing I want to do is win my own Mantis. I have so many. There's another one on the back of my hand. How are they getting on the back of my hand? They're teleporting on the back of my hand. Go on, in here, in here. Go on, in here, in here. Go in there. Well, I don't know what that was. Go. I don't know if you can see how tiny these actually are. They really are small. Please ask me questions. I'm running out of things to say. Anything. You can even ask what underwear I've got on. I don't care. As long as I've got something to say. It's getting rather confusing. We actually have a bunch of jumping spiders over there where the mantis normally go. Because I haven't put the extra shelves up for the extra mantis. But that, I think, is everybody. Oh, no, it isn't.
Man up, Simon, said Craig.
Does he? Does he? So, Craig, did you hear that? Right? You know what I said then? Ask me questions so I knew what to talk about. And that means speaking.
And
Do you think you know Craig, don't you? Know which one Craig is, don't you? Craig's the one who does a lot of the shorts,
yeah.
but he never speaks.
And Wally says he loves watching you do it.
He only likes it because he doesn't have to do it. That's what I think. If you like watching people work, you could do it all day. Yeah. This is oh, there's another one still out. I'll have a quick look in this in a minute. I think this is the last one that's actually out. And then I'll have a quick look and have a guess what else we've got to look at. Make sure I don't squash anyone. But yeah, there is a serious, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a serious amount of mantis still in there. Now, how many are here, my dear? Any more on the lid? No. So what I'm going to do is transfer this lid on here. Because I'm sure, pretty sure, one or two are still going to come out of that.
80, 83, 84. I think I counted well.
Well, I'll tell you something now. There's definitely over 100. So if you guess under 100, you're wrong. There's definitely over 100. Come on, mate. Boy, it's your brother or your sister. Stop trying to have a go at her. I love it. Absolutely love it. It's the only trouble with mantis, you leave them together too long, they start looking at each other with hungry eyes. And then you don't have any stock, which is something you don't have a problem with isopods. Or spiders, actually, to a point. Whereas these guys, it doesn't take them long before they want to eat each other.
Katie said, I said 95, but someone said go up, so said 125.
Who's that?
Katie.
Well, Katie is going to be, I think, fairly close. Yeah, I think I mentioned to a few people who were saying things like 50 or whatever, and I said, go up.
Craig asked if you have any more tarantulas, and I said no, he has none. I have 9.
Yes.
And Sharon said, I want a centipede next. And Craig said, I'm getting him something at Barnsley.
That should be fun. Be nice to meet you anyway, Craig. I can actually see if you've got a voice.
Diana the dog said our guess was 175.
Oh, who?
Diana the dog.
Oh, Diana the duck. I thought you said Diana said. The duck said. It's hard to tell because there's moss in here, and there's quite a few in the moss.
And Craig said, I do talk sometimes.
I've never heard him speak yet. But he'll have to speak because he's on my interview soon. I'm going to send him some questions, and he's going to have to speak.
And Shady said, talking is overrated.
Well, Shady would say that, wouldn't she? It is overrated, but it's probably the best communication device we've got so far. So until we come up with telepathy, we're going to have to stick with talking, Shady, I'm afraid. Come on, in here. This is, wow, where did that come from? Massive.
Mandy said Simon encourages all to go higher. I guess over 200.
Yeah, well, I did do that.
I think I might get with some place to put.
I think that was wishful thinking, actually. But it won't be the last time, Andy. Next time, I'll just show up and let you guess yourself. I can just go off what it was last time, and a lot of guesses was very low. And this was a huge youth. So I was expecting more than there is. Saying that, I'm still stood here potting them up, so it's not over yet. Definitely not over yet. Can you count them as you put them on there?
Yeah.
Rather than throw them across the room. Come on, dude. The beauty of baby mantis. I'm going to call them baby mantis because not everybody does mantis who's in the stream right now. So I'm going to call them baby mantis. They're actually called nymphs. But the beauty is that they're actually made of steel when they're this size. They're like human babies where they can fall down the stairs and have nothing wrong with them. And they're quite tough at this age, providing you don't squash them, of course. But being shook around and whatnot, they're quite tough. And you've got to remember, sometimes these guys are the youths are laid in treetops, in branches, and These guys just bungee jump out of the youth. And they could have a long, long drop just after being born or hatching. It's hard to come up with which terminology to use because, as I say, not everybody knows all the correct terms. And I think, rather than confuse people and trying to sound like a smartass, I have run out of lids. I have literally run out of lids. Unless, are they lids? Ah, good. I haven't run out of lids. I just thought I'd run out of lids. I didn't want one.
Yeah, I'm getting more.
Just chuck them out and it'll be all right. Go on, mate. This is the hard part now. He's getting the last few out of here. Because they're actually hiding in the moss. And sometimes there's a lot more in there than you think. I had 140 pots on the side here, and I've not got that many left. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. Come on, mate. When you're coming to the end of it, that's all the others. So,
Yeah, I'm getting
chuck them over here. That it? Here we go. Come on, mate. Oh, there you go. Off you go. These are so cute. Don't know if you can see that. Can you see that?
Yeah. 100.
100, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, evidently that's 100. So, whoever Katie is, or whichever Katie is, I think she's pretty bloody close. As it does look like there's about 20 more in here, which is pretty good. I think.
How long, Mike Tyson-Forth ask, how long do you generally leave it before splitting them to avoid cannibalism?
I tend to do it the same day. If you're not rough, you can leave it longer than that. And it also depends on the species. I'm strangely that lid's horrible. Some species are more risky than others, I'd say. It's like, for instance, if these were cryptic mantis or if these was cat's eye mantis, I could have left them a lot longer. This weird reason that lid does not fit. So I'm just going to pop that
We will
there.
have to use these leads and then we cut them after.
Okay.
And we'll cut them after.
That's a good point. Yeah, we'll cut them after. That's not a problem. Yeah, put these ones aside though, because don't get them mixed up. Because if I forget to cut them, they'll all suffocate.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't sleep because that's how I'm like. Cool. Now they're just being. Oh, now you're just being the. Right. Tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to carefully take this moss out here. All right, don't run away. Come in there, in there, in there. Just pop that on there. Next time I should cut more lids. There's still some in here. Oh, that you get.
You have to show Mummy at the end.
So what?
Mummy.
Mummy, I thought Mummy was on screen now. I just realised you're looking at this, aren't you? See, Mummy is here looking at me. She's been here ever since. Okay, that's an empty pot. And I'll just get this back because...
Too many there?
They're still coming out, I think. There's still a few coming out anyway. I don't know if they're coming out or... Let's put that there just in case they are. I don't think so. I think these are the ones that I missed. But there's a couple on the ooth itself, actually, mooching around the top. So, what am I doing? Lids. That's better. Shook on the side. I hope that isn't too high, is it?
No.
Good. Right. There's a fair few more in this moss. See, what I've done here is we keep them in this 32 ounce pot. I've got one on each finger now. And I put moss in the bottom, which I keep damp to stop the ooth drain up. I know.
Put them there.
This has been 5 weeks to the day since this ooth was laid. So, and I've kept it around about 26, 27 degrees, sometimes a bit warmer, depending on the weather outside, because it really does affect things. So I'm guessing, have we got any more in this moss? Yep. No, because it's running up my hand, and there's one running up that finger as well. Oh, I love potting up. It really makes me day. I must admit, it's easier when I could see, but now it's still fun. It's still fun. Oh, nail on that finger. There's always one, isn't there? There's always one. There's always one that's nuts. Now, I don't know how many that is. What's that on that table? 100 on there.
There's Mantis names everywhere.
There's 100 on there? Or
here it's 80.
80 there?
Yeah.
Right, that's not too bad there. 28, 36, 40, 43, 45. You're supposed to move them as I'm counting them. Good, I'll let you count then, go on. I think we're down to whatever's in the moss. Okay, nothing in there. Anybody escapade around the box? No, I think we're good. It's just these guys that are actually on the ooth. There's one guy there caught in the ooth. So this one's got a free fly. There's a fungus gnat in here with this one. How many's there exactly? I shut to count them up. How many?
Wait a minute.
We're waiting for the counter. Gives me an excuse.
I lost the count.
100, 103. 112.
111, 112, yeah.
112. Well, there's also some good
There
news.
are some there still.
You can give me the camera back now.
I saw some.
Okay. I thought these guys had finished, but they're still coming out. So there's 112 here, and these guys are still coming out the ooth. I honestly thought they had finished, but they haven't. So what I'm going to do is come back later and add to that number. So I'm going to give it an hour or two and see if they come out. If they're finished, I'll do a quick video to recap it. If not, then we'll have to wait until they've finished. So at this count, there's 112 mantis here, but that is going up as we speak right now. So we'll have to see what happens at the end of the day, at the end of the night. But I think if that's just the starter, in fact, I'm not going to think. I'm not going to make any suggestions. But there's going to be more. It gives me a chance to cut these lids and get some pots sorted out. But yeah, I'm going to come back later. So there's 112 here. It's going to be more than that. What I might do is do a giveaway for whoever's got closest to 112, and probably another one later as well for whoever gets the final amount as well. Because otherwise, this video is going to take about 6 hours, and nobody wants to sit here with me streaming for 6 hours, waffling on, which I'm finding easier now. I'm not having to concentrate on things running up my arms. Oh, I probably could waffle on. So yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to give a couple of answers to whoever's closest to 112. I don't know who that is, but I'll have a look in the comments of the last video, and I'll tell you when I come back later. So they're getting a couple of mantis, and whoever the final count will be will also get a couple of mantis. That's about as fair as I can be, I think. I hope you agree with that. Anyway, I'll sign off this now and let you get on with having your dinner. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you later when I come back, whenever that is.